Welcome to another edition of Diary of a Wannabe Comedian with me, Belle, a wannabe comedian. And what a week for comedy it's been. I've had a great week. As you know, I did 2 gigs at the beginning of last week. That was Monday and Tuesday. I spoke about those on Thursday. Monday not being so good. Tuesday was much better, but my week got better and better because I did a gig on Friday and a gig on Saturday, and I peaked on Saturday. There's no doubt about that. So it just goes to show, the more gigs you do, the better you get. So let me tell you about Friday. That was Glitter and Titter. Larissa Thorne, producer Larissa Thorne, has finally managed to get me on the G&T stage, and I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I did a lip sync, which is probably the only lip sync I'm ever going to do in my life, and it was part of the theme tune from Fame. It was the step up to the mic bit, but it was only one, what do they call it in a song? Paragraph? Verse. That was it. One verse, paragraph. And I just did the one verse, and it worked really well, and I really enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that one, actually. And then on Saturday I did Comedy Cat over in Ealing, and I won the Lulu for comedic excellence, which sounds far more grand than it is. I mean, it's based on a cat who, have to say, looking at the picture, is very grand indeed, but then all cats are. But the award was actually for the best cat pun on the night, that is, not ever. It was quite funny, actually, because there was only, I'm trying to think, there was probably about between 14 16 acts, and only, I would say, 4 of us did cat puns, so the pool was quite small. But at the end he said, right, and the winner is, and he said, and please boo if you disagree with it. And he said my name, and I sat there waiting for the boos. It's like, oh dear. Yeah, I was very, very chuffed. So I truly have enough things to put on a shelf now. I've got that image, you know, well, you may not know, but during lockdown, Ricky Gervais took to Twitter and he did some live tweets, and he would sit in front of all his awards, and he had so many awards, and that stuck with me, and it's like, yeah, I want to do that. So I've got quite an array of plastic tat and things in frames now, but hey, they please me very much. I also liked it because it was cat related, and of course I'm a big fan of pussy cats. One in particular, that being Jeremy, of course. So that was my comedy. I almost did some comedy yesterday, that was Sunday, and that was for a charity event. But, oh my word, it was so hot. It was basically a pavement cabaret in Camden, and Larissa was given half an hour or an hour, I think, to fill. So she got a few of us, and I was going to be one of them. But I don't know what happened. Right at the time, the swap over, literally everybody got up and got out. Now, it's one thing sort of singing, that brought people back, but there's just no way I was going to do stand-up in A, that heat, and B, to no one in the street, particularly as my stand-up is about something very personal at the moment. So it made me realise I need another, it needs to be child friendly for a start, and I need something very, very punny and lightweight, I think, if I'm ever going to do that kind of thing again, which I hope I do. I've set myself a task to do it next year, but I sat down in the chair because I could see, you know, my slot would be coming up, and I sat down in the chair in the audience, and I just thought, it's not going to work. And I'm pleased that certain people around me agreed that it wouldn't have worked. No way you could do stand-up in that environment. Not when you're such a baby comedian as me. As for today, I am now preparing to go off to Angel Roar, which has a very strict 5-minute cut-off. So I'm a little nervous about that, but we'll see how it goes. I will tell you on Thursday. Much love and gratitude.